Yo, Rust, I'm gonna take a look at that video real quick. Yo, Revolt, thanks for the resub as well, man. I appreciate it. Let's take a look at this, take a look at the video here.
This is Rust, and today, thanks to my boys at Spoon Kid and Vital Servers, we will test the new Rust recoil on a private staging server. In this video, we will go through each gun, see if it was changed or not, and I'll let you guys know what I think about the changes. This game's trash! Make sure you stick around to the end of the video to see the new meta-breaking changes to the AK, and let's get started with the revolver.
Nothing changed. Nothing changed with the revolver. It is still the same.
Okay, and now we move on to the SAP. As you can see, there's a little bit of vertical recoil, and again, some left to right recoil, similar to the revolver.
Alright, next up we got this.
Yeah, I think I figured out what I don't like about Rust that is so weird to me. And I think it's that your recoil doesn't reset to its original position, right? It just floats off, right? Well, in Counter-Strike, right? It goes back, it resets, right? I think that's what is so hard for me to get used to when it comes to Rust.
SAP. Let's go ahead and see what has changed. I heard this one has changed, so let's try it. Oh, God.
It's a setting? Is it a setting?
Okay, so in terms of just general recoil pattern, player recoil comp is on, and it seems to work for the SAP now. So it does not move. It literally doesn't move. And here's you can tap. It's about the same speed as the old SAP, but it just doesn't fucking move. Okay, interesting change. The sound is cool. It sounds a lot better than the last SAP. It's a little quieter, but yeah, it's pretty cool. And I just noticed that there's like this weird new screen shake animation when you pull the pistol out, and I think it's every gun now. So there is also a new extended mag. I don't think you can use the mag on any pistol.
And we all know the Python, its recoil consisting of almost only vertical recoil.
Is this a setting?
Alright, next up we're trying the new Python. Okay, the Python's not new, it is the same old Python.
Next up, we got one of my favorites, the M92. This one has almost all vertical recoil, and if you use recoil comp true, it will go back to center when you tap fire it.
Whoa.
Alright, now we're going to test the
only on that gun?
M92. Let's see what they've changed. Nothing. That is interesting. So it appears that they've changed most of the cheaper guns, but have left the military grade guns alone.
Next up again, one of the most
underwhelming
guns in the game,
all
the SAR.
guns.
It is a lot of vertical recoil, however there is some left to right sway with each tap. It makes it a little harder to control when rapidly tap firing.
Do people use that, or is that not something people use in that game?
SAR. So first off, immediately I could tell there's a new view model for the SAR. It's really big. Like it's feels like almost a third the size bigger than the last SAR. So that's interesting. ADS is still the same. The iron sight's still the same. That's good. And test the recoil. Player recoil comp works for the SAR now. Oh, and there's like a metallic ping to it at the bottom. You can hear it when you tap fire. Oh, and it changes tone each time, too. Yeah, the pitch changes. Alright, so the new SAR sounds actually really cool. I think that is the type of sound that the gun would make if it were an end-of-days type deal. I don't know how I feel about visual hit markers. That's really weird. And the crosshair is fine, I guess,
visual hit markers.
I already have my own crosshair, so... Oh, right here you can disable crosshairs, so we're going to do that for now. Yeah. Holy shit, the SAR doesn't move. Let's try rapidly firing it. So it's definitely limited to how fast it can fire. Oh, man. Alright, let's turn recoil comp off. It just goes up. There's barely any left to right side sway. Oh my gosh. And it is more accentuated when you're standing, so that's good. Kind of like the old SAR. That's crazy. So a lot of SAR updates, new sound, new recoil, player recoil comp works for it. That's pretty cool. I like it. I'm glad to see new changes to the SAR. But just like all other military grade weapons, they haven't changed it. So on to the next, we're going to do the custom SMG.
Next, we got the custom SMG.
Devs
As you
knew
can
how
see,
bad
it's
it was, so
essentially
they
just
changed
drawing
it.
an S once again. It is literally the Thompson recoil, just a lot less pull.
All right, next up we got a big one. We got the custom SMG. So I know that they changed all the lower grade weapons, so we will see what has changed with the custom. So first off, we're just gonna try the recoil pattern. Oh, you're kidding me. It doesn't move.
Oh, he's about to
It
laser
doesn't
people with it.
move.
That's
Oh man. Okay, so new sound is a little interesting. It doesn't sound as like nasty and old as I would
to Rust
expect,
players, it
kinda
doesn't
beat-up gun
move
to.
means it will be a little bit worse.
But holy shit, the new spray, it just doesn't move. And it looks like it has a 4th slot, so you can fit the new extended mag on this. The extended mag gives it, holy shit, a full 6 more rounds. So you can get 30 rounds in the custom now with this extended mag.
Ooh.
And let's just try it with a hollow and laser. See what kind of accuracy you can get. Oh man. Alright, so new custom's pretty sick. Very interesting take on it. I don't know why they changed it that much. It literally doesn't move anymore, so that's just very interesting. But yeah. Interesting changes of the custom onto the Tommy.
Morad came out with new.
All right, now we have my
shorter
personal
ones and
favorite, the
stuff.
Tommy. It is again drawing an S, a little bit more accentuated than
Okay,
the
hold on.
custom SMG though, but a very similar spray pattern.
That's getting
All right,
changed.
so next
right?
up we got the Tommy.
No way. That
I know
doesn't
that they
get
changed a lot on this one, and I'm a little scared for it, so let's just see. We'll toss these out because we don't need them. So we're just going stock Tommy, no laser, nothing. Let's see what they have changed. I'm going to start with the general recoil pattern. All right, that barely moves. All right, so at 25 meters, this thing is monstrous.
Yeah. Looks like we're
Okay,
installing
what about the
Rust.
sound of the gun?
We'll see. I mean, I gotta try, right?
So no metallic sounds like the SAR, but it is definitely a changed sound. That's interesting. I kind of like it. Okay, we add the.
I gotta see the
hollow onto
AK.
it.
The AK is gonna be the infamous one, right?
Also
This one was a big one
kind of
too, though.
Interesting. So I mean, the new Tommy's pretty good. The spray is not very difficult. It's more so just pulling down and to the left, going through a couple bumps. Not difficult at close range, but I imagine
gun's
at far
cool.
range.
I used
it
to
would
like
be
using this
way
before,
more
to be
difficult
fair,
control
so.
just because it moves around a whole bunch. Oh, look at that aim cone. The aim cone is absolutely atrocious. Yeah, so I think part of their goal was eliminating distance spraying, and I think they did a good job on that with this for sure. But we'll see what.
Well,
people
why didn't
come
you
up
use
with
every gun
spray
on that
distance.
range?
All right, onto the MP5.
I want to see how all the guns range.
Okay, now we have the
distance
MP5. Very easy spray, just pulling down on the first couple bullets and then turning it into an S. Easily one of the easiest sprays in the game.
All right, next up we got the MP5.
Well, I thought the MP5 was just like a fucking
the-
right.
Gun draw animation is the same. However, your screen moves when you pull out your gun, the same as every other gun. Okay, starting with just the irons, no laser, nothing. Well, it does have a laser, but it's off. Whoa. Alright, so kind of like every other SMG so
Looks
far, it
kicky.
just moves a whole bunch side to side with vertical recoil. And I know what they're doing. This is to stop people from spraying at distance. Let's try and actually compensate. Yeah, so it just moves a ton side to side. So I know with that and aim cone, and I'm pretty sure they've added randomness to it as well. And it's going to be very.
So they want to
difficult
shorten.
spray
They
from
want to make the
distance.
fights a little bit closer range. Maybe they want to make fights not quite
Very-
crazy sniping.
Very interesting.
Uh,
I mean, this is a pretty gun to control. Let's try it at 100.
more manageable gunplay is better. Hopefully they tweak sprays.
So again, a lot of aim cone. However, it doesn't really move. Like I'm just barely pulling down. And it's kind of holding right around the center. So Interesting. Interesting
This
changes.
guy's
to the
probably
MP5.
pretty
Don't know
fucking
if
good
I like
at
it too much,
managing
I do
his
the other
recoil.
ones, but
So we're probably
that
gonna look
is
a
it
lot
for the
worse than him,
MP5.
yeah.
Let's go ahead and move on.
To be fair.
Next up, we got one of the most beginner-friendly guns in the game, the LR300. This spray is simply pulling down to the left and doing a little S with your mouse right at the end. Nothing too crazy.
Oh my goodness.
All right, next up we got the LR300, and my first impression is that this looks a lot shorter and stubbier now. I don't know if that's the case, and let's see what happened. I know that this is a military grade weapon, so I anticipate they haven't changed it, but let's check it out. They changed it. Okay. Well, let's get the general spray down real quick.
Oh my god, it's a laser straight
That
up.
thing is what? It doesn't.
Oh my lord.
Boy. Okay, so this thing barely moves.
You know what's funny is
Wow. It barely moves.
I know that some of the
Okay, so
Rust
the new
players aren't
sound is
super
pretty
stoked
cool.
about it, but I mean, if you're used to the old
I don't-
recoil, chances are
Yeah,
you're
no,
just
the
gonna
new
be
sound's pretty
so
cool.
fucking like you're gonna be a laser beam with the new recoil. It's gonna be easy for you
I
guys.
don't know about this recoil pattern. Mostly because there barely is one.
So shooting went full casual mode. I mean,
not
it's
know
not
about
casual mode to have your gun more
So I mean, in
controllable.
general, I do essentially
I mean?
like it.
Is Counter-Strike
but,
casual? You know, it's like
yeah, I feel like this is.
you
way
could
too
still
easy.
dominate motherfuckers in Counter-Strike.
Try it. Alright, so
Very
pull down a
controllable
little
for
bit with the
everybody.
hollow, nothing too crazy.
So it can be played at
But
expert
nothing
level,
like it used
you
to
know,
be, where you
master
had
class
to
level.
crank your mouse down and all that. I know this used to be everyone's favorite 8x gun outside of the M2, of course. And it still is pretty easy with the 8x. So yeah, I don't know. This is impacted by the new extended mag, and it looks like you can add 8 bullets onto it, so that's pretty good. So no change on the M2. Nothing too crazy there. On to the next one. When I opened
Rust
up
players,
my game, I
recoil
noticed
management.
a new
They'll never have a
LMG.
problem
This
again
is
with recoil
called
in any game.
HMLMG. High damage, high rate of fire, belt fed light machine gun, does 58 damage per shot. That is a lot of damage per shot. Compared to the M2, it is 65. Assault rifle still 50, so 58 damage. I wonder where this thing will spawn, but it's got a 60 round mag on it, and the extended mag does not work on this or the M2. So let's just get the general recoil pattern down. All right, so I can barely see what I'm hitting. Oh, I see. You just pulled down into the left. I do like the decrease rate of fire. That's pretty good. I feel like this would be good with an 8x though. Oh yeah. All right, well that's the new LMG. Didn't know about this one, but it kind of snuck in there. So on to the next gun.
And last but certainly not least, we have the AK47, what starts with a tiny S followed by a large S. This is one of the most difficult recoil patterns to master in the game of Rust.
So right out the gate, I know that this one's changed. I know for a fact this one's changed, so I'm ready to be either disappointed or happy. The extended mag does work on it, and it gives you 8 extra rounds. Almost 40 rounds in the AK now that you can have. Let's see what has changed with the AK. I need to reload first. It's gonna take some getting used to. All right, let's see what's changed with the AK. All right, so it appears to go up and to the right to infinity. And the new sound is not good. I do not like that new sound. And trying to compensate for it, I'm just going to pull down to the left. Oh, this is way too easy. And adding the hollow back onto it.
Man. What are you gonna do?
I have infinite ammo off, so it's a little weird. Actually, it does bounce down a little bit. Not too easy to manage on hollow. But altogether, still way easier than the old one. Oh man, yeah, this is strange. And a lot of sway when you're moving. Let's try it at 100 and see what the aim cone's like. Oh, what in the world? Alright, so the AK is going to be a lot more difficult to spray to 100 meters now. There appears to be some randomization with it too, because I'm trying to hold the same pattern and it's changing. So yeah, the new AK is... I don't think we're going to be able to spray it like we used to be able to spray the old AK. But definitely some changes ahead. I'm getting some lightning sprays here, and other times definitely not. But yeah, that is the new AK. Interesting sound, not a huge fan of it. And the new spray is pretty good, but not really a good fan of it either.
Sounds just for testing. They'll change them in the update. Gotcha. 10,000 Rust Pros molding. They're all going to be fine. Everyone's going to survive. Everyone going to be fine. I remember when Counter-Strike 1.6 went to CSGO and how awful it was.